Sue Sutherland started writing when she was very, very young, around the age of 4 and 5. She likes writing fantasy books the most because the story can go in many directions and that you can use your imagination more. Her favorite part of writing is brainstorming exciting ideas and going back to edit the story. Some of her favorite books for kids is Masterpiece by Elise Broche, Where the Mountain Meets the Moon by Grace Lynn, and Shadows of Sherwood by Kekla Magoon.
Hello, my name is Jade Engler from the Scholastic Newscast, and I will be talking about Ibtihaj Muhammad, a fencer who lives in Maplewood, New Jersey. When Ibtihaj takes off her protective mask, she will reveal something quite shocking. She wears a hijab, a scarf that covers her head and neck. She is a Muslim, a person who follows the religion of Islam. Muhammad believes, like many other Muslim women, in keeping all but her face and hands covered in public. While in Rio, she will be the first U.S. athlete to compete wearing a hijab. I'm really proud of my accomplishments and also just want to be a positive image for Muslim women, she says.
This summer, the 2016 Summer Olympics will be hosted in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. At least 10,000 athletes will be competing. That means that there is about 42 sports. Wow, that's a lot. The Olympic torch will be lit in Olympia, Greece on April 21st. The torch will be flown to Brazil on May 3rd. The torch will have been through at least 300 cities. Wow. It will remain lit until the Olympics end on August 21st. But a lot still needs to happen before the Olympic Games. Athletes are still trying out to get into the Olympics, and those who are already in are really training.
Hello everyone, my name is Mariana, and we're going to talk about a living thing. That thing is a tortoise. It's a 184 tortoise, actually. It's the oldest land animal living currently. Its currently age is about 2 average lifespans of a human. Jonathan, one of the royal British families, is going to the west coast of Africa to give him his first bath. With a special soap and a brush, he will brush him clean. The rings of the tortoise that show his age are almost gone, actually.
Hello, basketball fans. Let me talk about another possible Rio star. Her name is Maya Moore. She's a basketball star. She's won 2 national championships while in college at the University of Connecticut. She has also won the Women's National Basketball Association Championship 3 times. Plus, she was a member of the U.S. team that won the gold medal in the 2012 Olympics. The U.S. women's basketball team doesn't lose very often either. In fact, the team has won 5 consecutive Olympic gold medals. She definitely realizes the pressure is on to keep that streak going in Rio. It's good pressure, because we'll use it to help us stay focused, she says. We're going to be so locked in on the moment and what we need to do to win every game. I sure hope that we'll see Maya Moore in Rio this summer.
Thank you, Riley. Well, here's a fun way to bring back a language. In March, a lot of people came to New Mexico to watch Finding Nemo. Even though Finding Nemo is an old movie, they played it in Navajo, a language that is going extinct. Their point of changing the language was so they could bring back their language to the kids who are native to it. And that
in Greece, people are not allowed to wear high-heeled shoes. When visiting historical monuments, Greek people say that the shoes damage the fragile floors of the sites, like the increased temples. The ban was put in place to help preserve the country's sites. Have you ever paid something that's a lot of pennies? The country's current act of 1885 makes it illegal to use more. 25 pennies to pay to something are cents coins are still illegal to use. Connecticut's
government stops making them in 2013. Mainly, each penny costs more to make them in Woolworth. In Singapore, chewing gum is a sticky issue. People are not allowed to buy gum, allowed for health purposes, such as smoking. Anyone who brings gum in the country will have to pay a fine in Singapore. They cut down gum in 1992.
Are you 17 or younger, and do you live or like to visit South Carolina? Then stay away from the pinball machines. Even though this game was introduced in the 1930s, and over time flippers have been added to every modern-day pinball machine, South Carolina still considers this a game of chance. Gambling. Still considers this game gambling. And gambling is illegal for kids in the U.S. Even though, as I already mentioned, they have added flippers which enables us to hit the ball, and it is still considered a game of chance. Because people can't technically control the ball when it's rolling around and it's away from the flippers. That is a pretty weird law, right?
You know, the Summer Olympics is around the corner. One of the sports is gymnastics. Simone Biles is trying to get a spot on the U.S. team. She is a 19-year-old girl born on March 14, 1997 in Columbus, Ohio. She will practice an average of 30 hours a week. She started because of a field trip to a gym when she was 6. She is already a current world champion. She says it has taken a lot of hard work, dedication, and sacrifices to get to this point.
Lauren Tarshis is the author of the I Survived series. Lauren Tarshis writes the books after doing research on the topic of the book. She says it makes her feel like a detective when she does her research. She wants to try to go to the place that the setting is to find out more about the setting. Lauren thinks when writing these books that she is not writing about the disasters, but about the people. She says that because when she is doing her research, she sees how many people have survived and have kept on building up and repopulating the area. She says for kids who want to become authors when they're older, to start practicing at a young age.
Mr. Waterman, in place of Delaney Norris, who is unfortunately taken ill. Bigfoot hunters in Washington can forget about trying to catch Bigfoot. Bigfoot is a legend that has been passed around by Native American tribes for many years. Bigfoot is said to be a beast who lives deep in the woods of your nightmares. In the past few years, people have claimed that Bigfoot is actually real. Some people say they have taken photographs of his footprints and actually of him also. But a lot of these have turned out to be just tricks. However, 2 counties in Washington have actually made laws protecting Bigfoot, that if he is ever found, he is not allowed to be hunted in their counties. They figure that if Bigfoot is real, he must be an endangered species because there aren't any other Bigfoots around. Therefore, do not kill him.
Hi, I'm Madeline Spartos. As you heard earlier, this summer is the 2016 Summer Olympics. There is many athletes competing for gold, but I'm focusing on a certain swimmer, Yusra Mardini. For quite a while, 18-year-old Yusra Mardini has been working towards becoming a champion swimmer, and last year she had to swim for her life. Yusra was born in Damascus, Syria. Yusra and her sister Sarah and a few others were riding on a boat to flee from the war in Syria. They were crossing the Mediterranean Sea to get to Greece. When they were only a few miles away from the shore, the motor on the boat stopped working. Yusra, Sarah, and another lady were the only ones who knew how to swim. They hopped in the water and pulled the boat to shore. Yusra and her sister now live in Germany and are happy. She hopes to win gold in the Olympics. She's a part of the Olympic refugee athletes team. Yusra is just one of the 43. Without this team, none of them would have a chance to win gold.
Are you a thrill seeker? Do you enjoy scary rides that plummet more than 200 feet? If you do, a record-breaking roller coaster opened in Ohio this spring. Here are some details about the ride. You're strapped to a floorless car, feet dangling, with 200 other people. Your car stops
at a peak that is more than 200 feet high. You're there for about a minute, and then your car plummets straight toward the ground. It's going about 75 miles per hour before it goes through a humongous loop. And that's what it's like to ride the Valravn. It's the fastest, longest, and tallest roller coaster in the world. The drop is about 131 feet. It takes about 3 minutes to finish the ride, and you will have to be at least 52 inches tall. If you are too scared to ride the ride, there is a virtual reality app that you can use at the safety of the ground.